You think the beefs played a role? Because, like, okay, Prodigy dropped his book, and through that book, you found out a lot of shit that nobody knew, like who was beefing, who didn't get along, and all that. Is that what separated Queens and kind of like decreased how many artists was coming out of there?
I say his book was like 90% true.
90%?
Yeah, like 90%. You know, a lot of stuff in there that
Where at?
was rearranged. I mean, I'm that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion.
You got a different opinion.
Yeah,
I just wanted to know where at.
that's just my opinion. But yeah, it definitely stirred up, you know, up a lot of shit like that niggas ain't know. Niggas wasn't supposed to know. Shit like that.
Right. Well, rest in peace, Prodigy.
Rest in peace.
And I'm sure a lot of these things are sorted out already. But what were the issues?
Street shit. Street shit that's supposed to stay in the street. That's it. That was it. And everybody knows street shit is, so, you know, that was it. Should have stayed in the street.
That's all they giving up, son.
No.
That's all they giving up, for real. Like, that's it. You didn't ask me. That's it. I gave it the pause. I'm like, yo, if I give him the 3 seconds, somebody gonna start talking again.
Look, you
That's all they giving up, son.
But look though,
I was waiting for him to finish.
Street shit, it should have stayed in the street.
Right.
And God rest, let him rest.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's it. That's in my opinion. That's it.
My opinion is this, not to cut you on, to add on, right? You know what? You're 100% right. It was street shit. Certain things, they should have stayed in the street. Then there's certain things you just don't fabricate. Like what? Certain shit that was fabricated. Especially anything in that book about me, total fabrication. You know, and anybody can say their
What
opinion.
were the fabrications?
I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna get to that. And I'm gonna get to that because I'm very adamant about that. Like, because when you say like I had something, when you make something, when you make a statement and leave it broad or open to
other people's understanding.
No, I'm saying no. You, how can I say? You make it
Insinuate.
When you insinuate, there's a lot of ways you could come at this, but I'm gonna come at it how I know how to come at it, and I don't care what anybody has to say because when you lie on me against my brother, I don't stand with that. That's not the Queensbridge I come from.
Right.
That's not the Queens I come from. That's not the DNA I have in me. Because aside from music, I'm a warrior. Not in fighting physically, but with loyalty, with you know what I mean, with my connection.
Right.
I'm not with that. And
what was the lie?
I'm gonna say all that to say, you know, he lied and said that I had something to do with my man getting killed. Like as if I did it. And that person is, you know, and people be like, yo, don't bring up no old wounds. Man, I don't care nothing about that. You know what I'm saying? When it's time for me to lay down, I'm gonna lay down. Along this walk of my life, I ain't gonna be doing little sidebar slimy shit and holding in what I know is the truth. You know what I'm saying? And all putting lies on another man for the sake of trying to get some relevancy. That's whole shit. When you say I had anything to do with killing my man, or me even, or you insinuate it and leave it open for imagination for somebody to even connect me to that is foul. You know what I'm saying?
Man?
Huh?
Who's
Killer
your man?
Black, rest in
Killer
peace.
Black. Rest in peace.
Who is Havoc's brother. Which, if you look at now, you know what I'm saying, for Havoc to get on my show with his mother, mind you, we've done numerous records since then, says,
it wasn't true.
come on, you know what I'm saying? I can
Hav
say
knew that.
Hav knew that. You don't know the calls I got from Hav on that, but I ain't gonna
he knew
speak on that. That's between me and him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And for his mother to come on the Child just recently, they knew what time it was, you know what I'm saying? But that's not what's up, man. You know, and I know a lot of people love that dude. Like you love an actor. You might love Robert De Niro. You might love, you know what I'm saying, Al Pacino.
Right.
But if Al Pacino do some foul shit, you still might like Scarface. But it's,
you're gonna look at it differently.
you're gonna look at it differently. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
do you think there was any a malicious motivation, or he had the story wrong?
It wasn't him having the story wrong. Obviously it was some maliciousness there. Why? I don't know. Why? I don't
Or
care.
maybe it wasn't maliciousness. Maybe it was just to sell a book.
Yeah,
You know
but
what
you
I'm
trying to
saying?
pick, you trying to,
Yeah, but would you say, I don't know if that would be the sale for it. You know what I mean? Like, because that's not something that I heard off rip.
Yeah.
There were other things that came out of that book that became like the headlines.
Right.
yeah.
That wasn't one of them. So I don't know.
But
if
that was
that's
something that he slid in there.
Right.
to
There's a
give
lot
it-
of shit.
It was
Yeah.
mad shit.
You don't think there's any way that he might have got the wrong information?
Nah, bruh. And like I,
think
said,
it's
go ahead.
just to pump the book, man. Just to pump the book. You leave people to use their imagination, what a book's supposed to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's all I think. That's all.
So we putting that to rest. And you could go check out that episode with Havoc.
Yeah, on the chat.
If you want to try to read into it deeply,
That
and
said
watch
it all.
his face.
That said it all.
Mama
Mama
love.
love. That said it all.
Yeah,
Right.
That's right.
And that ain't no scripted shit. She there and it's love. You can
Right.
see the love.
But I say that to say
That's his-
sometimes people have a different perception of a situation. Even though it may seem
Definitely.
like odd, like, yo,
Sometimes people just don't. Sometimes people want to make a like. I'm not the victim, dude. You're not gonna make me no victim, dude. For your come up, man. For your elevator, man. You're not gonna make me the victim, dude.
but that's what I'm saying. It just might have been
Yeah.
some signals that was crossed, or
And it's sad.
a little piece that just threw the whole
It's sad because as far as his skill level, dude was nice.
incredible.
No question.
Let me tell you something. He was so nice. Sometimes I catch myself saying his bars, and I gotta catch myself saying it.
Right.
Like, yo, what you doing, man? Nah, we don't do that. I gotta say that to myself.
You gotta say that?
I'm keeping it
Yo,
green.
you can still enjoy the music.
But this
Right.
gives you this separates the fact that it has nothing to do with hate.
Were you approached after that?
By who and what?
So nobody believed it. Everybody in the inner circle didn't believe
I
it.
approached it. Nobody even I approached it.
Right.
Not for them, because that was my brother, peace be upon him. I took care of him, man. That was
Right.
my brother. I approached it. Approached who? What? From where? I approached it. I had to approach my people like, yo, what is this dude doing? What's wrong with this dude? Like, that, you know what I'm saying? You can see now at Barbersy, that was my friend. You don't do, that's my friend.
Y'all never got to sit down before you went home? Like to just flesh it out and even
Or figure out why.
attempt to get
You can tell
peace to my
you
man
can tell they
Tyson.
didn't.
right.
Peace to my man Tyson.
Even an
Yeah.
attempt.
Peace to my man Tyson, man, who did security for the dude. You know what I'm saying? Peace to my man Tyson, who actually came to me and was like, yo, he needs, not y'all, yo, he need to make that right with you. He came to me and said that, my man Tyson. Son is official.
Right.
Peace to Tyson, man, official dude. Greenberry Organic, man. So he's like, yo, he need to make that official with you. So he was like, I'm gonna make sure he makes it official with you. And me not really knowing him too much, I was like, what type of shit is this? Like, you know what I'm saying? He feeds you. Why would you want to do that for me? But he was actually authentic with it and made that happen. And I went to BB King's Today's show, and he was in the dressing room, and Tyson was like, yo, ready to walk me in his dressing room. And I was like, nah, just tell him I'm outside, because I didn't want to walk in there. This is the first time me and him seeing each other face to face
Right.
since he came out with that.
Right.
So I didn't want to make that type of, I knew the dressing room was full. I didn't want to make that type of, I didn't want to make no scene
The
like
energy
that.
was gonna change the
Yeah,
whole
because I ain't
energy.
about all that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? We talk like men and see what it is. So Tyson was like, yo, come in. And I was like, nah, tell him I'm outside. So I stood outside. He came out, he's like, yo. And his whole approach, he knew what it was like. And I just said, yo, you gotta make this right. You know what I'm saying? You gotta, and how you make it right, I don't know. How do you make something like that right? And then it was like, yo, you know, he was about to go to Vegas.
Wow.
And he never came back. You know what I'm saying? I ain't wish that on him. I ain't wish that on him. You know what I'm saying? And it made me think too, like, damn, what if it's things I've done throughout my life? I never done nothing like that. And like, I get called before I anticipate. And I ain't
Fixing
make things
something.
right with people.
Right.
So I ain't wish that on them. So that's not what it's about. And in fact, you could obviously see at one time, for me to be angry in that sense, at one time, it had to be a connection with me and him too.
A lot of love.
So where would that come from? Like that's disturbing to me. And you know, people be like, a lot of my people be like, yo, nah, don't listen, man, don't tell me that shit. It's not you. That's in a book, documented. That's crazy. Right. That's gonna transcend. Some people may grab
thousands
that.
of readers.
Right. And it's not official to me.
Because nobody goes back and does the fact check.
Yeah, that's very rare.
They hear the rumor.
Right.
About 100% of the people hear the rumor, maybe like 10 to 20 will go back to see if it's true. The rest of them, they just lock it in.
Yeah.
Right.
That's right.
Right.
And a lot of people, you know, say, yo, you'll be digging up. Listen, man, this is me and my life. You know, the day I let you niggas define my life, I stop living. I'm gonna do it how I want to do it and how I see doing it. If it works, if it does. You know what I'm saying? It means nothing to me, man. I'm gonna be all right regardless. I'm gonna be gracious regardless.
What was his exact words to you when he came outside?
He was like, yo, you know, if you knew him, he wasn't doing a lot of words.
Yeah.
But his approach and energy said it all. It was like yo, we never even got to do the next motion to sit down. And honestly, it couldn't have been yo, what made you do that? Like, I can't even see myself ask you that. You did it already.
Right.
So it came down to, yo, what we gonna do to make this, you know what I'm saying, right?
Right.
And I'm not trying to fang your pockets or nothing. You're gonna do something, make a statement or something to make this right. Cause it can't be bought in that sense. Cause then I might as well have done it if it's a price on it.
Yo, did you get on stage with him that night though?
Yes, I did. I didn't get on stage with him. I got on stage with Hav. You know what I'm saying? I got on stage with Hav. And it came down to it where it was like, yo, you know what? It came down to it was like, yo, you know what? I'm a dead this shit in the public right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm a dead this shit in the public right now.
And I was on stage.
Yeah. That's a factory.
Wow. Well, at least that got to happen.
Yeah. And that's how I know, I mean, it's crazy because I can't, there's nothing he could really say because you know that's not what happened. Mm-hmm. Like, so you just blatantly fabricated the story. Part of me ain't gonna lie, wish that he just got the story the wrong way. But like how you were saying, part of me wishes that. Word is born.
You don't think it's possible at
It's
all?
no way possible. You know that didn't happen. You know that didn't happen. You know that I know that didn't happen.
Right.
I wish that happened. I wish you got the story wrong. So I could be like, all right, I can eat that. That's not what happened, bro. You know that's not what happened. You did that, and you did that for a reason. And that's not
sitting with you, right?
It's never gonna sit with me, friend.
Yeah.
Never. I'm not the come up the point, you know what I mean?
Almost had
This
it.
nigga got me tight, man.
It's hot for trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rappers. Got bars I can hang with the backpackers. Trap star, I don't hang with the backpackers. I'm in the hood with the work you heard. Making fiends leave earth you heard. Got your baby mama thirst you heard. Feel the flow, nigga, throw it in reverse. This the wave you need to surf you heard.